Where my girls at? Where my free spirit? Ooh, it's some serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to We Got Issues. It's going to be a great show on today. We're going to be talking about health. We're going to be talking about eating right, exercising, all the stuff that sometimes we don't like to talk about because it's stuff that we're not doing right. Well, of course, you guys know that Caterina is getting healthy and getting in shape. So her trainer is here. Can't wait to hear from him. So we'll talk to you a little later.
Hey, it is going down. OMG, a lot has gone down today. Welcome to We Got Issues. Welcome to We Got Issues. And boy, America, do we have some issues. 3 syllables today. This is your girl, Caterina Harris Earl, and I'm coming to you. I'm excited to be with my girlfriend, Sabrina Goodwin Monday in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Crisette Ellis, ma'am, Crisette Ellis in Detroit, Michigan. And our girl Gloria Mayfield Banks is going to be popping in for the Facebook audience, but she will be here. OMG, we have a great show today. We are going to be talking about push it. We are going to be talking about pushing it, how to push it to the limit, how to get your health in top tip shape. Your health is your wealth. I'm excited to bring in a little bit my certified personal trainer who, for lack of a better term, has been killing me. Part of the reason that my hair, for the radio audience cannot see it and the Facebook audience can see it, part of the reason a sister got to go natural is because he be making me sweat, okay? I mean, seriously, I'm gonna pass it to Chris. I mean, both of us, we are all 4 of us, we are on this journey. And so this is partially hair, because that's one of the, I asked him to talk about the number one reason folks don't exercise. And one of the reasons Black women don't exercise seriously is hair. That's like, we ain't joking. So we're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but I'm gonna bring the girlfriends in. And top of the news today. Yes, they're talking about masks. Should they be masking in school or should they not be masking in school? Yes, COVID crazy is happening, but Governor Cuomo has resigned. OMG. So, who's going to talk about it first?
He's out of there. He is out of there.
Wow. Okay, Sabrina.
I'm just
go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead, Bree.
Go, Chris.
I mean, I was in the car and I had CNN on and I didn't know immediately. So they were like replaying it and I almost had an accident. I said, what? He resigned. I was really shocked because, we've kind of been following the story. We've been talking about the story. We've been, talking about, some of the things that he did. And I was under the impression that he was going to fight all the way because I was like, wow, he's putting up a fight. But you know what? I guess when everybody that was on your team jumps ship and they no longer on your team, that's when you have that awakening that, you know what? I got to do something. So I don't know. I was just kind of surprised that it happened. But you know what? When they talked about everything, that the report and everything, I think in the long run, he made the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, we're going to be forgiving. Go ahead, Sabrina, for sure.
Yeah. I think he got himself in a situation where the odds were stacked against him. He just couldn't deny it anymore, and he has to go. Unfortunately, I mean, it's unfortunate because he just told some bold-faced lies, because these women, every time he came out, the woman came out and said, he's lying, he did X, Y, and Z. And so I think that the odds were against him. His back was up against the wall, and he had to fall. It doesn't take away that he led us through the pandemic. He was a trusted voice. Right. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. And so I was just wondering, what 10 years as the governor, you guys, 10 years as the governor of New York, York. And what will he do?
Right. And you know what? One of the things they said, Sabrina, and I know we all talked about it a few days ago. We were talking about how he was saying, you know, some of the things that he did as far as touching their face and all that was kind of the era that he was in, and, you know, how he was raised and so on and so forth. And we kind of said, well, yeah, you know, you can't really say you look nice today, or, you know, because somebody might take it out of context. But I can't remember, one of the reporters was saying, but when you're in leadership, you have to be aware of what era you're in, how the times have changed, how they have shifted. And, you know,
Chris, he was grabbing people's boobs. It wasn't just a touch like this.
Right. But I'm just saying, when he was I'm just saying in general, when you are saying, like, we're used to saying certain things and doing certain things because that's the way we were raised. Well, when times change, you have to change many times with the times, because what you're doing can now be considered offensive. Like, for instance, you know, some people don't like, especially women, don't like somebody called them a gal. I remember my mother would get really upset when somebody called her a gal, because in the South, that was what white people called Black women, gals. So, you know, sometimes it's the translation isn't the same in a new time or a new era.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, absolutely. I know he said something about times and generations. Boobs have always been off limits. Okay, always. However, there are other parts of a woman's body that have been off limits, and some other people who had high public offices touched some of those parts and went unscathed. It's the same thing. If Cosby was wrong, he was wrong. Wrong is wrong, but it must be equal. Don't even get me started, because what other political agenda is behind this? $1.75 trillion is the economy of New York. Larger GDP than many countries in the world. 1.7 trillion with a T, Chris. That's a lot of Benjamins.
That's a lot of money.
Sabrina, you said the name of the what's her name, who is the lieutenant governor who now came in, and is she a Democrat or Republican?
So one of our viewers has said it's Kathy Hochul. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but she will become the first female New York governor ever. Can you imagine that? After Cuomo resigns, and so she will make history. I wonder. Somebody look that up. Is she Kathy Hochul? I don't know what party she is.
And you know what was really interesting when they were talking about her, and I just find that strange, you know, that your lieutenant governor didn't have much interaction with him. They didn't interact much. I mean, the comment was parties. They didn't really know each other that well. And I just thought, wow. I mean, I'm sure we got the president, Joe Biden, but I'm sure Vice President Kamala Harris, they know each other, they've talked to each other, and they've, you know, done things together. I just thought that was strange that they didn't really know each other that well.
She's a Democrat. She is a Democrat.
She's a Democrat. Okay, good. But someone was saying that there was something in there fishy around the investigations into President Trump. So former President Trump, we will see. I mean, seriously, y'all, we got issues every day, something, and it just shows you what can happen in a year. What could happen in a year? So we will see. Everyone's going to be looking to see if Cuomo will be on CNN tonight. So, but you know, America can be forgiving, and I guarantee you, Governor Cuomo will be doing something. So he'll be doing something in a while. But right now, he needs to fight for his. He needs to get right. Okay, apologize, get right, and pay some cash. For real.
Well, you know what I'm glad about, if you can find, I'm just glad that he was single and not a widower. I mean, I know he's a widower, but that all of this didn't happen and he was married, you know, because that's always a big fallout and you always feel so bad for the wife. And so, you know, not that it makes it better. I'm just glad that there is not a wife involved that have to go through all of this craziness, because we've seen that happen and you just feel so bad for the wife.
But you know, Chris, it's also something when you have a name, when you carry a name, you know, this is not a one-hit wonder. This is a name that is familiar. And so what does that do to the name? You know, it's just real interesting. And as I was talking to our guest, he was like, I'm even interested in weighing in on that. So I'm excited to hear a man's perspective. We are talking today about your health is your wealth, y'all. The death rate of African Americans has decreased from 1999 to 2015. However, there is still so much that we need to do. African Americans age 18 to 49 are 2 times as likely to die from heart disease as whites. African Americans age 35 to 64 years are 50% more likely to have high blood pressure than whites. We are going to talk about all different things that make a difference. Yes, we know that some social factors play into our health risks. We know that unemployment plays in. We know that living in poverty plays in. We know that lack of a great place to live, home ownership. We know the inability to see a medical doctor and seek great medical attention. We know smoking. However, 2 huge factors are not being active and obesity. America must deal with it. And this is right up there with climate change, with all the things we've been talking about. We can save the planet, but if we're not taking care of our temple, we won't be here anyway. And so this is so important. I'm excited to talk about it. And I'm excited to bring in I want to tell you a little bit about Walter Sellers, who is a certified through the NCAA accredited personal trainer program, master trainer certification. And I'm excited for you to get to know Walter Sellers. Welcome to We Got Issues, Walter. How are you?
Ladies, thank you for bringing me in. I appreciate it. You know?
Yay.
Disclaimer, though. I have a disclaimer. You said that, you know, it was my fault that you got the natural hairstyle. That is not Walter's fault. I promise you it's not my fault. I didn't do it. Even though my wife wears braids now all the time, she says it's my fault because she works out every day now. So she wears braids all day long. So, you know, that's what she said.
That is good. That is good. Your audio, it sounds good, but it's going in and out. So maybe it might be the earpiece. It's going in and out.
Better?
That's yes,
better.
Yes, that's
okay.
way much better. We got you good on Facebook. We got you good on the radio. So, Walter, just I want you to start out telling us a little bit about yourself, your story, your journey. Did you know this is what you were going to do when you grew up? How did you get here? So tell us a little about the early years, Walter.
My parents were both in the military. I was born in Japan, believe it or not, and I traveled a lot as a kid all over the world. Italy, Japan, Austria.
It went back. It went back to challenging sound on the radio.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. But I don't know if you have to hold it. If it gets really bad, then sometimes we go old school.
I'll switch it over.
We
That's what I'm gonna do.
Out the earpiece.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And hold the phone. Old school. Go ahead.
Thing is, I traveled a lot as a kid, right? Italy, Germany, Yugoslavia, Portugal, all the fun places. And then coming back to the United States, we lived in Texas and in Washington, D.C. And
I think we're going to have you take them out, Walter.
Yeah,
Walter, we're going to have you take them out and just go straight.
I agree.
We were talking about mamas earlier. We're going to go straight old school like mamas.
How about that? Better? Old school it is.
Yes. Okay.
All right, good. So, growing up as a kid, growing up all over the world, I had normal kid dreams. My parents were both cops in the Air Force, and I was going to be an architect. That was the game plan. I'm going to be an architect, and I was good in math. So I went to college, played football, and got a degree in math. And came out and fun. So
I don't know what happens. We're still having issues. Hold on. I know Facebook says they can hear you, but on the radio, just trying to get it together. Keep talking, Walter, and we're going to get this together.
Okay. Sure. And I got into the car business, and I became a general manager and managed, 25 car dealerships up and down the East Coast, and became a consultant for a lot of different car dealerships, and basically trained and motivated sales teams. And that was my career for like 15 years. And the pandemic happened, the economy changed, and the company that I worked for got bought out. I would go. It'd probably be a good thing to go work for.
Okay, we are gonna fix the audio issues on the radio. It sounds like the internet is going out, like when the phone is. It sounds exactly like when it's breaking up on the phone. I don't know if it's a great signal, so we're gonna figure that piece out. And so I don't know even if we can go to. I'm gonna have the girlfriends just so we could take a couple minutes before the break, and then we're gonna figure that out during the break, Walter. So, Crisette, can you tell your workout, like where are you at with your health and your working out? You have 4 minutes before the break, Walter.
Well,
we're gonna get it in. Hold on one second,
okay.
Crisette. I'm gonna have Walter hang up and then call back into the show, and Michael will work with you to get that audio fixed because it could just be a connection issue. Crisette, go ahead and tell the story.
Okay, so you know what? At different times, I'm in a very good place, and there are times where I know it's not the best. But one of the things that I do know that's important is to get some exercise in. So anybody that knows me knows that I love, my go-to is jogging. I love to run. And so that for me helps to keep my weight in check. Even though I know I still need to lose, a couple of pounds. I'm not going to say how many pounds, but it's a couple that I need to lose. But yeah, I don't have my trainer. I've had trainers. I have workout equipment. So I have everything that I need. It's just, you got to be motivated. And I'm going to tell you, my thing is never stop trying, always be in a place where you totally understand that exercise is going to always be a part of your life. And I'll just be honest, and Walter may get me straight today. Okay. He may get me straight up in here today. I am just not a dieter. I would rather be a do it in moderation. Don't eat a whole lot. Kiara and I tried to do the 3-day military diet, and we felt miserable. And that was just for 3 days. She looked at me. She said, "You ain't good for me, and I ain't good for you." So she definitely is not my diet partner. So yeah, so that's pretty much where I am. So my go-to is running because it gives you that cardio. And then I'm going to tell you another thing that I do that works really, really well is planks. When you plank, that keeps everything tight, your core, your arms. So those are my 2 exercises that I absolutely incorporate.
Kiara said we are not good accountability partners, period. Nope. Okay. And I definitely ain't a good accountability partner with you when it comes to planking. I will do that only because Walter makes me do it. I would never do that on my own. OMG. Right now. Oh, I think we got you. That laugh was clear. Okay. Sabrina, tell your workout journey. Good.
Oh my goodness, it's been up and down. Up and down, down and up, down and up. Like Crisette, if I could just get consistent, that would be amazing. Because when I'm on, I'm on. When I'm off, I'm off. I mean, I've tried it all. Every diet that's out there, I have tried it. Trust me. But you feel better. You certainly feel better when you are within sync with yourself and when you're on the path of progress. And so I'm just glad we're having this conversation. It used to be a touchy subject. I used to not want to talk about it. Don't bring it up. Let me do me. But it's important for girlfriends to have conversation, to encourage each other. I love accountability partners. I really am at my best when I can have a workout partner. I love to play tennis. So when Kenny's around, we do tennis. And I've tried to ask my husband to work me out, and he's not good for me because I roll my eyes. I say, "You too hard. Don't train me like you train everybody else."
Not train his wife.
I love it. That,
my goodness. So, but it's a journey. It's a journey, and I'm glad that we're on it. I think, like Crisette said, something is better than nothing. At least it's on our mind, and we are definitely in it to win it. It's not an overnight sensation. You have to incorporate it. And I know our time is up. Oh my goodness.
Yes,
we got to go to break.
We're going to dig deep. We are going to dig deep when we come back. Don't even hesitate to call in 313-778-7600. You got a great workout plan? None at all? How's your food? Are you keeping healthy? We'll be right back. We're going to pay some bills. Thanks for listening to We Got Issues.
I think we figured it out. That's good.
All right, you guys. All right. So what is your workout plan? What exercises do you absolutely, I shouldn't say, I was going to say, what workout routine or exercises do you absolutely love? Some of you may love some things, and some of you just may do it because you know that it's good for you. So what is your workout routine? I saw someone wrote in the chat, let me pull the comments up, that you hate diets. You know what, you guys, I do not like to diet. And you know what? I know that some of that has everything to do with, you got to have the discipline. That's important. Let's see, Kelly, you're on a weight loss journey, but more important, and that is so true, Kelly, a weight loss journey, a wellness journey. And you know what? That's what it really is all about. We have to respect our bodies. That's a good one. Let me write that down. That needs to be an affirmation. We have to respect our bodies, especially, as you get older, and things start changing in your body. You can't eat the way you used to eat. You absolutely have to get the exercise and whatnot in so that, you can live longer. And I just know that that is so important. So I'm excited about the conversation that we're going to have today with Walter. Hopefully he'll help us get our minds right? Let's see, what else? Walking, cardio, and plank weights. Okay, I haven't added any weights to my planking, but, at one point, you guys, I had gotten up to close to 6 minutes holding a plank. 6 minutes. And I was really excited. I was trying to get it up to 10, but I'm, having to start all over again. But you know what I found about your body is you have body memory. And so a lot of the exercises and things that you have done, your body will remember it. How exciting is that? So, I love that about running. Sometimes just getting started, it's like, oh, how far can I go? But your body kicks in and it remembers, some of the exercises that you've been doing. And who said, Phyllis, you're a cardio junkie. Wow, 63 years old. And you're committed to 30 minutes of walking and workouts every day. Now, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, we are back. We are back. So excited. Hey. Yes. I have got to give a shout out to our crazy working out girlfriend, Andrea C. Scott, in the chat. Okay, she just posted about hitting it on the CrossFit. Okay, Andrea, so I know you fixing to call in because you was getting us all to work out. Okay, you are listening to We Got Issues. This is your host today, Caterina Harris Earl, and we are excited to have my personal trainer, Walter Sellers, who is, Walter, are you in Maryland, DC, Virginia? Where are you?
Delaware. I live right in Delaware, in the middle of all that.
He lives in Delaware. Is this crazy in a pandemic? I gotta ask him where he lives because, of course, he is in that little dot on my computer every other day. And so, y'all, listen to this: the proportion of Black youth regularly reporting physical activity ranged from 33% to 52%. Black adults, 27% to 52%. We're gonna talk about it all today. And so, you were talking a little bit before the break, and welcome Gloria Mayfield Banks to We Got Issues. Welcome in, girlfriend.
Exercise. I'm like all up in it. I'm in it. I'm in it. Yeah.
Yes. So, Walter, we're talking about your background, your military background, how you develop confidence and discipline. Can you just pick up a little bit about your journey during the pandemic, how you went from sales into personal training, and tell them, a certified personal trainer, I learned there's a difference between certified and not certified. Can you talk about that?
Of course. So how to make the transition. So my company got bought out at the beginning of the pandemic, and I didn't want to work for the competitor. You know, to me, I don't know, maybe that old school mentality of working for the same place for a long time gets into you, and you want to kind of stay with the same place. Well, when they got bought out, I couldn't work for the competitor. So I took the buyout, and I talked to my wife. My wife was like, you supported me while I was in grad school. Figure out what you want to be when you grow up. I said, okay. So we talked about it, and we brainstormed, and it was, of course, I was working out, and we were talking. She's like, why don't you just do this? You train people anyway. I said, all right, so let me look into it. And who knew it was the right time, and God spoke, and here I am, plus 75 clients around the world.
Wow.
I work with Miss Earl. She's in California and Chicago. Got clients in Texas, Florida, Thailand, Germany, England, literally all over the world, only because of the pandemic. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for the pandemic. And as far as confidence goes, I don't know. I woke up like that. My mom and dad gave me green eyes, so here I am.
Oh my gosh. We got that in common. You were talking, Walter. I'm gonna let all the girlfriends come in. You were talking specifically about COVID and health among African Americans. You were just spitting out a whole bunch of stuff. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So here's the thing. Absolutely. My wife is a clinical pharmacist, and some of the things that we talk about is always health related. And I have a lot of family members who suffer from a lot of different issues. Grandmother's diabetic, had my other grandmother died of diabetes, colon cancer. All that runs in our community, unfortunately, and it's tied to our health. African Americans are 49.6% obese across the country, just full stop. Half
What?
are obese, right?
49%.
49.6. Yes, ma'am. And that's as of close of 2018, the last time data came out. That's a big deal. In fact, of all Americans, we're the worst off, right? The average American outside of African Americans is 42.4. The lowest Asian American, 17%. So it's directly related. The least obese,
that's a huge
the most
difference.
Educated, they earn the most money, and they live the longest. All those things are all tied together. So if we're somehow able to educate ourselves on eating right, making good food choices, that's directly related to how kids perform in school. Now we can change that generation first. We can project that, into the future. I'm not saying that our generation and old enough have lost, because we can obviously correct the behavior, but if we can teach these habits to young children, it'll make society better, in my opinion. So I think Michelle Obama was right, with giving healthy food choices to kids in schools. That's when you want to start, because you're not telling the kids you have to eat this. That's just the options that they're given. So they'll eat it.
Right.
And then as they become older, those will be habits that are instilled. It won't be a Coca-Cola. It won't be a Pepsi. It won't be a Dr. Pepper. Maybe it'll be a bottle of water instead, So like when I start with new clients, I tell them we're going to work on drinking a gallon of water a day. They look at me cross-eyed like, what?
Sips water.
so it's one of those things, and it changes how we live our lives, how we eat. And as we dive deeper, right, the primary caretaker of our kids are our queens. And my ministry in working out is to African American women primarily. 90% of my clients are Black women. Why? I don't know. Men don't listen. But I mean, and it's important, right? Because Black women also have the unfortunate experience of suffering from fibroids and endometriosis and things like that at a far higher rate than any other race.
Right.
So when I create meal plans for my clients, I create something specific for them so they can help their bodies do what they got to do to achieve the goals that they want to achieve. So I guess it's a long way to say I came to serve. You know what I mean? I came a long way around just to come back to service.
Right. Well, I appreciate it. I called up my BFF, Tracy Hill. I said, we are fixing to do this together. I could not find an African-American male trainer locally. I couldn't. I said, you're in DC, find somebody. Wow. She said, I got Walter. We've been doing it together. Meal plan shows up in his app. He had me go and get the this 8-pound thing is my favorite thing. And so I want to ask one more question and then pass it to a girlfriend. Walter, can you talk about mindset? Because we are masters at teaching mindset. This is a mind, body, spirit thing. And and I love that Phyllis Lippard is talking about your mission, your girl, what is it called, Walter? Girls Gone Strong.
Girls Gone Strong is what I work with, right?
Girls Gone Strong.
Girls Gone Strong. Since I work with a lot of women, I know that dealing with men is different than dealing with women. Even though I have like 4 sisters and have all my cousins are girls, dealing with women on a professional level is different. I mean, kind of like you guys were talking about with Governor Cuomo a minute ago. Maybe he took this class, maybe even better off. But anyway, Girls Gone Strong is basically a better way that's evidence-based, designed by women for people who deal with women, right? In sensitive situations, like being a personal trainer is very personal, right? It's one of those things because unfortunately, 50% or 60% of women have been a victim of sexual assault in some way, shape, or form. So being able to connect with the woman and talk about her body parts without making them feel objectified, that's important.
Right.
And to me, I find it extremely beneficial. I wish I found this earlier in my career when I was doing other stuff. Who knows where I would be now? Maybe I'll be a better husband to my wife, and hopefully this is helping me do that. But this is something that that helps me connect better to my clients. And obviously I learned more about female health and stuff like that I wasn't taught, in undergrad or in high school, whatever. So it's important in that aspect. But the dynamic of communication is the difference maker for me and how to deal with those sensitive subjects with people. And that's what it does.
You said a couple, I just wanted you to hit on those trigger words because I had never heard that. You said in terms of body shame that so many women deal with, that there are some trigger words that if you say them, it sends people in a spiral downward, and other words that send you in a spiral up as it relates to your body.
Absolutely. If you if some people deal with the simple words like fat differently, you can't, it's hard for some people to deal with words like that. Miss Client, we're working together and I noticed that your stomach's just fat, versus, we have some additional adipose tissue we need to work on and it's in this area. And you point it out on your body and you show them on their body. It's not that you have a weakness there. It's that this is an area of opportunity where we can develop your muscles and develop your strength. And then it's also a matter of being honest. Walter, I've had 3 C-sections. Can I ever get a 6-pack? Yeah, you can. But it's going to be difficult? Probably. Right? I'm not going to lie to a client and tell them stuff that's just not true just to earn a buck. That's not the right thing to do either. So explaining to people the reasons why, giving them the science behind it, and it helps them make educated decisions and good food choices so we can adapt your body to the changes that are needed, right? Because it takes 21 days for your body to adapt and make a habit. Well, it's going to be a long 21 days, but we're going to get there. The next 21 days will be a lot more fun. I tell all my clients from the beginning, the first week it's like, okay, Walter, I got this. The second week, all right, you're getting kind of crazy. The third week, it's Walter, who is she, where she at, so I can kick her ass. That's kind of the relationship it has. If you don't question it at some point doing it, then I'm doing it wrong. So, yeah.
So Walter, really like this is Gloria, and I got to ask you. Okay, so now we really care about our listening audiences. Except right now, I need you to talk to the Force of Friendship. Okay, you just talk to us. Okay, like I want to know from you what stops ambitious, clear,
goal-driven, busy women from getting into the workout? I know what does it for me, but from your experience with 75 clients on an international basis, because I know that you get clients and then they stop. They want it.
Yep.
They really want it. Like they want it, but then they stop. Like, what do you see as the biggest hurdle? Like, you can talk on the radio, but right now you're talking to me.
I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your mind.
Okay, blow it.
You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Every part of your life you can change instantaneously. You don't like TV, you can change the channel. You don't like what you listen to, you can change the station. You don't like what you're eating right now, you can put more salt and pepper on it, make it taste the way you want to taste it. Your body doesn't work that way. Amazon Prime is not coming tomorrow with your new body. It didn't take 1 week to get there. It's not going to take 1 week to get there. So patience is the number one thing. And that's my job as a coach, right? My job is to give you that good information, to give you the realistic expectations. I lost a client because I couldn't get her there fast enough. 50 years old, very attractive woman, got it going on, smart, on point with the game. Walter's not happening fast enough. All this in Instagram, so I can get it in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Honey, you're not 20. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I can do it because I can't. But what I can tell you is I will create the position so that you can get there. It's just not happening tomorrow. Right? Unless it's a scalpel, it's not happening tomorrow. What you want to do?
Okay, so it's a lack of patience. It's a lack. Oh, you got to go to Andrea. Go ahead.
It's a lot of patience. Okay. It's about the patience. That's what it is, Gloria. If a lot of people in general, the instantaneous nature of society today has changed it. You know, well, Walter, why can't I take this pill? Why can't I take this shot? Because it's not a fix. You don't respect it, right? The recidivism of people who have weight loss surgery is like 70%. Why? Because they didn't have a process. They didn't have a process to get there, right? If I can get you a process and you earn it in 6 months, guess what? You're not going to go back. I have a young lady right now. Normally, I don't train clients that are less than 30. I have a young lady right now who's turning 28 in a week. She started me in January, and she and her mother said, Walter, we're going to get there. She's going to stay focused. Reluctantly, I said yes. Let me tell you something. This young lady has lost 80 pounds since January. Wow. 80. She lost a human being, right? But it's choices. It's Walter, me and my girls are going out. This is where we're going. What can I eat? When I tell you every part of her life I'm in, I know, and it's going to sound crazy. I know everything. Monthly cycle. I know when you're coming on and when you're going off. Right. Are you 28 days, 26 days? I know all of that because then I can manipulate your diet and manipulate your food plan accordingly. And that's where the certification comes in. You asked a minute ago, where did the certification come in? Well, any gym rat can show you how to use a machine, right? But how can I adapt the workout to know and get the most effective workouts for you, right? How does the trainer know about your needs? Walter, you tweaked your shoulder. Okay, you're standing up. Maybe you should visit a chiropractor because when you stand up, your right shoulder's higher than your left. All those things all matter. So
this is so good.
Walter, it sounds like
I'm gonna go to Andrea.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go to Andrea because she's on hold, and then we're gonna come back. I'm telling you, Walter has gotten into my mind, and this is why I'm on too. Okay, I lost 2 pounds. Help us out. We are going to the caller. We're going to the caller. Our girl Andrea is on the line. Andrea.
Learn about my immune system and gut health and all of the ways, all of my triggers and everything like that. Because I was one of those patients who went to a divorce and decided that I wanted to stay. I wanted to get fast. I had no time to do. But I was always personal trainer, in the gym, that type of thing. I just didn't let the gym stay here. Okay, I was ready to move on with my life, but I chose to have a non-invasive procedure. So here's the deal: kept the weight off for 2014. Last year, the pandemic, I was enjoying myself, honey. Okay, the gym was good. I was still working out, running, walking, and all that. But 20% of your diet and 20% of your weight loss journey and your success is working out. 80% is what we put in our mouth. Everything starts when we put in our mouth. And my husband's a former personal trainer, and Sabrina, same thing. You can't train me because I can roll my eyes and everything. Listen, I walked to the Air Force, from the Air Force down. This really the Army Ranger, right? So he's training me like I'm a dude, and I'm like special ops and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, I got flags on, and I'm just but the bottom line is, I love this conversation because I now have understanding that I know that it's a journey. Last year, I ended up between last year and now adding 20 pounds of fat to my body. And so I made a decision. I don't even feel that is fun, but yeah, because it's so decisive, right? I was totally but that stuff is over, and that I know how to eat right, get myself to the 20% and the 80%. I am in control of that, and we're knowing that we're always in control. That is the deal. But again, my sister died of cancer day after my birthday last year. My mother's a breast cancer survivor. My father has pancreatic cancer, diabetes. My brother's just diagnosed with diabetes. And so understanding that we only have one shot with this one body, and taking care of it is the number one priority. So that's my passion now. My journey is helping people and just helping myself first. So thank y'all so much. It was amazing. Thank you guys for just amazing timing that I just hosted this today. So awesome. Yay! Thank you, girlfriend. You looking fine in line, so
your example. We appreciate your example. We got issues, and this is one of them. Thanks for chiming in, Andrea. We appreciate you. Chris, you were jumping in. So come on in.
Yeah, I was jumping in, and I was saying one of the things, Walter, you were saying about sometimes you're comparing yourself, that somebody you're training who is not in their 20s, they're in their 40s or their 50s, and they think that their body is going to snap back into shape like somebody that, their metabolism is going like this. So I like the fact that you are speaking to the one size does not fit all. And sometimes, we get into a place where we think if it works for this person, it got to work for me, but that's not necessarily the case. So can you talk to us a little bit about metabolism and how that affects our bodies as women?
Absolutely. So this is one of my technical answers. So everybody is different, one word, because everybody is different, two words. You hit the nail on the head. I can't give Caterina a meal plan that's necessarily going to work for Sabrina, that's going to work for Gloria, that's going to work for Crisette. It's possible that it could. The odds are very unlikely that it will, because you all grew up differently, right? Your diets developed differently as you evolved, as you became who you are now. So my job is to create a meal plan that's going to fit you. And unfortunately, this industry has been bastardized so much that chicken, rice, broccoli, and asparagus and salmon is what everybody gets to eat. But the meal plans that I create don't work that way. They're a lot more creative with a lot more options. It's how do you manage your metabolism with the right foods? So thing number one, how many times a day do you eat? Great. What are you eating during that time of day? Great. We're going to change that immediately. We're going to change what you've been doing because it needs to be tricked, because your body is smart. So Walter, only twice a day. Great. I'm glad you do. But your body is going to hold on to all of that fat, all the glycogen. It's going to hold on to it because it does not know when the next time it's going to eat. So if I change that and give you food 4 times a day, combined with the workouts that you're doing, now your body's like, holy crap, I got to get rid of all this stuff that I got. So yes, you'll eat 3 times a day, but it'll be smaller. It'll seem like you're eating more, but you're not, right? And that science of manipulating your metabolism can help manipulate your weight over time. So yes, at first you eat 1,700 calories a day, but you're not eating them breakfast and dinner or lunch and dinner. You're eating breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, spread out over 3 or 4 hours, right? So then in time, just when your body gets that habit created, I'm going to tweak it back and we'll go to 1,500 calories. Because 3,500 calories is a pound, roughly, give or take. So the idea is I can manage and have a pretty good idea of what you're going to lose based on the food that I'm giving you. And then how your body reacts to the workouts gives me an idea of what your metabolic rate is. So now I can create the workouts with the intensity or your cardio with the intensity that's needed to get the sustained gain or loss, in this case, over time. It's not a magic trick. It's literally science and numbers. And that's what it really boils down to. Paying attention to what the body's doing.
I love that you I've been having the food challenge. So Walter has found who is coming. Factor. He's like, you worked for 2 weeks to find someone to get the right meals to my house. Okay. Because HelloFresh
I did.
I thought my husband came back. So those meals are showing up. And so I really appreciate that. The push, the accountability, and the words and the way you talk. Everyone is not in position to afford a personal trainer. So where do you start? Talk to the audience that's out there, the single mom who just can't do it.
Absolutely. So to be honest, the personal trainer is nothing more than a guide, right? He or she's main job is to guide you along the way. There is lots of information on YouTube, on Instagram. You can find good information. There's bad information, but there's good information. But the number one thing I can tell you, I think you ladies were talking about at the very beginning, is you got to move. You got to get off your posterior. The weight's not going to move itself. Even something simple as walking 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week. And when you're talking portion sizes for food, you use your hand as a guide. Easy way. Proteins, the palm of your hand. Vegetables, 2 handfuls. Carbohydrates, bread, rice, etc., half the palm of your hand. If you go by that guide, it doesn't matter how big your hand is or who you are. If you go by that guide, you'll be fine.
That's good.
Okay, repeat that one more time for our Facebook audience. I mean, for our everybody. So, and for me, you're talking to us, like Gloria said. Okay.
Everybody, high five.
Hold your hand
palm
up.
Side.
If you're driving, hold it.
Your palm size. That's your protein. Your chicken, fish, steak, shrimp, whatever, right there. For vegetables.
Walter, you know that's not enough. You know that's not enough food.
I ain't
How we gonna survive off of that? Okay.
Look. You asked for the listen. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to help you. Look, vegetables.
Sabrina.
2 handfuls vegetables, and your carbohydrates half of a palm. If you use that as a guide when you go out to eat, you'll be fine. You won't overeat.
Okay, I got a question. This right here, Walter. This right here. Let's act for real. Can this go away?
So,
I don't want to wave at everybody. I just want to wave with my hand. I don't want to wave without
As a professional, I'm going to tell you this. Any personal trainer who tells you they can target fat loss, they lied. Period. Full stop. They lied. You cannot target fat loss. I don't know how your genetics work, but I can't give you a workout that's going to say you're going to lose fat from that part right there. Your body doesn't work that way. Here's how it works. Where there is the least amount of fat first, that's where it goes first, right? Hands, ankles, wrists, neck, face, then everywhere else. So I don't know.
That's where it goes away from? That's where it goes away from, where it's the least?
Yes, that's where it leads first, where it's the least. Correct. If I could target it and I could do that, you couldn't afford me to have you on the show. I'd be $1 billion an hour.
But
I pay you $1 billion just to do this.
It don't exist without a scalpel. You can't do that. What I can tell you is that you can strengthen it, right? You know, women say, Walter, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to get bulky. Trust me, it ain't going to happen, right? You will not get bulky just by lifting weights. What will happen, though, is muscle weighs about 20% more than fat, weight wise. Size wise, it's about 2/3 the size of a fat cell, right? So the idea is to increase your muscle, and by doing that, it increases your metabolism because it takes more energy to fuel your muscle cells. So as you increase muscle, you burn the fat down, right? Over time. Muscle doesn't get turned into muscle from fat. It doesn't work that way.
So
Yes.
Walter, what's most important, cardio or lifting? If you're really just starting 3-4 days a week.
So that's a tough question. I'm a bodybuilder, right? So I can't tell you what's important. I can tell you that a combination of them both. Most women don't do enough strength training, full stop, because most women are afraid of getting bulky. But listen, Facebook, YouTube, Radio World, you are not to get bulky by lifting weights. Do not be afraid of the dumbbells, including the guys at the gym. Don't worry about them. They just go get in the way. You look at them, stare at them, gawk at them like they gawk at you. Use the dumbbells, use the barbells. They're there to help you, right? It makes a difference. So yeah, to me, I think it's a push. You do both equally. I do 65 minutes of fascia cardio every single day. So in the morning, before I do anything, I'm up at 5:30 and I'm on the Stairmaster, tread climber, or the bike for an hour and 5 minutes every morning. Then I eat breakfast, then I work out, then I take clients, and then I do cardio again at night. I'm prepping for a show right now, so I'm in that zone. I'm in that zone. You know,
you
even look, I got a little bit of down there.
No, you can't show me that. You cannot. No. You do an hour, and then you do an hour before bed, and in between there, you work out 75 clients. That's craziness. Okay,
so I don't work out 75 clients a day. I Let's be clear.
I know, but it sounded good.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm not gonna lie and say that that's the case, right? So I will tell you this though. Everyone complains about not having the time. I don't have time to work out. So I can't work out like you. I can't. True story. You can. 1 hour. You ready? I'm gonna blow your mind. 1 hour is 4% of your day. 1 hour. 4%.
4%.
That's it. That's all I want.
4%.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what he told
1
me yesterday.
It's 4% of your day.
He said, just give me 4%.
Give me 4%.
I know 1 hour. That seems like 4% seems like a lot. I can't believe just 1 hour is 4%.
Yeah, because that's twice.
Right, use your calculator. Divide 1 by 24.
So that's 4%. Wow. Okay, but that's good.
Sabrina, don't show everything. Oh my God. We're trying to make us look smart. Oh my God.
Man. OMG. Yeah, when you said that 4%, and then you said just win the hour. Just win the hour.
Win the hour.
Win the hour with your food choices.
That's exactly right. That's you know, I like Reese cups. Okay? I like Reese cups and I like gummy bears. Unlike most people, I'm willing to put in the additional 40 minutes per candy bar on the bike or on the treadmill or on the Stairmaster. Right? Because that 400 calories in that candy bar, that's what it boils down to. So the question is, are you disciplined enough to do it? Some days, the candy bar is worth it. A lot of days, it's not. So a lot of that.
So I was going to ask you about. I was going to ask you about sugar, Walter. I was going to ask you about sugar, and just when I was going to ask you about sugar, you talked about Reese cups. So let's forget that you said something about Reese cups, and tell us how bad sugar is if you want to get tight.
I try to avoid it. You know, we're human beings at the end of the day, and I can't say that I eat a perfect diet 100 days out of 100 days. 95 days out of 100, 96 days out of 100, flawless. Mm-hmm. But some days, I gotta have the Reese cup. It's relative, right? It's relative to the rest of your day. It's what are you really doing? For the client who says, well, it's only twice a day. Is that true? What kind of work do you? You're a nurse? Great. What about the donuts that's there in the office every single day? Every day, somebody brings a batch of donuts. Are you eating one?
Right.
Great. 300 calories. Oh, the vending machine. Great. You got a quick bar to eat because you're hungry. You didn't feel like having the whole meal. Did you count that? Probably not. So yes, you're eating and consuming it, but the question is, what are you doing to mitigate it? Are you offering your body something else to mitigate that change? So the sugar is okay, but it's not okay, if that makes sense. You're a human being. I don't beat people up by it. Like she said, win the hour. I encourage my clients to win the hour. If I tell you win the day, it's a big thing. You know, it's right. Walter, I want to lose 50 pounds. Great. What are we going to lose this week? Let's start with 1. Give me 1%. You weigh 250 right now. Let's lose 2.5 pounds this week. Let's not worry about 50. It'll come. Like the young lady I was talking about earlier. She lost 80 pounds in January. She thought there was no way in hell. I said, listen to the process. We do every week. We weigh in every week. We take pictures every week. And then we document what we do. And that way I can track what works, what didn't work, and how your body reacts to what I'm giving you. It's win the day, win the hour, win the day. That's it. Sometimes you have a great 8 hours. Sometimes you have a bad 1 hour. I mean, that's how it works.
Y'all, you have to visit Classic Man Fitness. You have to visit classicmanfitness.net, classicmanfitness.net. Follow Classic Man Fitness on Instagram, Classic Man Fitness on Facebook. And Walter, we have 3 minutes. Tell them about the free class. Everybody can join every Saturday at 8:45 a.m.
Bingo. So every single Saturday morning at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or daylight time, I guess. Classicmanfitness.net / free fitness Saturdays. It's on my website, free fitness Saturdays. Any skill level, anything that you guys could ever want to do in a workout, it's there. Typically, we just do dumbbells or 2 bottles of water or bands and a lot of squats because Coach likes squats. So I do a lot of squats. But it's free every single Saturday. It's fun. You will sweat. The music is always live. I'm real hip hop and real R&B from the 80s and 90s when it was real music before this mo stuff now. So we listen to real music and we party and we get it in.
DJ Nice of Workouts. The DJ Nice of Workouts. Y'all will love Walter. I love your energy. You've made a difference. Okay, seriously, I got one more question for you, Walter. Totally flip the script. You are getting the 3rd shot. Can you, 1 minute, tell us why are you getting the 3rd shot? Your wife is a pharmacist. Why are you doing that before you go to the Usher concert?
All right. I see a lot of people every single day, and quite honestly, I can't put people at risk. It's not worth it. Right? It's not about me. I think that I'll be okay, but at the same time, I don't know. There's a 42-year-old guy just now in England who literally just passed away. 42-year-old natural bodybuilder just like me. 42. Wow. 19-year-old girl, 17-year-old daughter, and his wife.
COVID?
Gone. He checked
out.
Of COVID? Died of COVID. 42 years old.
Was he vaccinated? Was he vaccinated?
My wife just texted me today. No.
Wow.
Died today. My wife texted me, 28 years old. Texted me, left his wife of 1 year, left her today.
Wow.
So you can't risk it. It's not worth the risk. It just ain't worth it. So
your health is your wealth. You've been listening to We Got Issues. Visit classicmanfitness.net. Thank you, Walter Sellers. Thank you, girlfriend Sabrina, Gloria, Crisette. It's your girl Caterina. We will see you tomorrow. We Got Issues. Join us tomorrow. Have a great day.
Thank
Facebook
you.
audience.
Ciao.
All right.
9:10 a.m. WFDF audience. Bye-bye.
All right.
Good job, Walter. Your energy is incredible.
Thank you.
Energy, information, motivation, all that. Really good.
Funny.
All right. Yes, that was great. Thank you. Facebook audience. Oh, yeah. They said what time.
We can
tell.
I can't type in the thing.
Repeat one more time. Yeah. So it's 8:45 a.m. Eastern time. 8:45 a.m. Eastern time. Every Saturday. And you just visit Classic Man Fitness, and that is, you'll see the free
Fitness Saturday.
You'll see the free Fitness Saturday. Okay. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I'm going to create a coupon code. It's going to say, We Got Issues. It'll be the coupon code for 25% off if anybody signs up.
Yeah. Wow,
so
nice.
Coupon code here shortly for that. I should have done it before, but I'm old. I forgot.
Awesome. And you can sponsor on the radio show too, Walter, just so you know. You can have advertisements on the radio show. So just as we grow this and you're looking for more women clients, it's a great place.
Absolutely.
This is the audience. Our tribe is your tribe. As a matter of fact, we'll be taking a trip, and we definitely, when we can safely take a trip, we will definitely want to have a personal trainer with us. So appreciate you, Facebook audience. We will see you on Wednesday. Stay tuned. It's going to be another hot show. Bye, Facebook.
Bye.
Bye.